Michigan's economic growth is sustained largely by its strong manufacturing base. The metalworking trades in general have been vital to the continued growth and success of our automotive-based business climate. However, by the late 1970s, the escalating cost of traditional workers' compensation insurance had seriously eroded the profitability of our industry. In early 1981, leaders from the tool and die trades recognized the need for an alternative workers' compensation program. Together, they formulated a plan to combat the rising costs of workers' compensation insurance by creating their own self-insured program. This came to be known as the Metalworking Industries of Michigan Workers' Compensation Fund, or MIM. A self-insured fund, otherwise known as a self-insured group, or SIG, is an alternative to purchasing standard insurance from an insurance company. A SIG is an autonomous nonprofit entity owned by its members. Any and all available surplus and interest income is paid back to the members. This is different from insurance, where the company retains all surplus as profit. Since its inception in 1981, the MIM Workers' Compensation Fund has continued to provide a cost-effective alternative to traditional insurance. This is evidenced by our competitive upfront pricing and strong dividend history. Our dividend returns now average over 40% per year since 1981. We continually strive to provide services that meet the changing needs of our membership. And this proactive approach has enabled the MIM Group to attract and retain its members. The companies that join our program understand and value the benefits of a long-term relationship. The MIM Self-Insured Fund, like other self-insured groups, is run by a board of trustees, elected by the membership. A group fund administrator advises and assists the board in purchasing excess insurance, overseeing the day-to-day operations, and contracting with a professional claims company, commonly referred to as a third-party administrator, or TPA. The structure looks like this. The members of a self-insured group pay their premiums into the fund. Typically, 25% or less of the premiums go toward paying the expenses of running the SIG. These expenses include excess insurance, third-party administration, group fund administration, and all professional expenses. The remaining 75% makes up what is commonly referred to as the loss fund. This is the money used to pay workers' compensation claims. All monies remaining in the loss fund after the claims are paid is surplus and is returned to the members, with interest. A successful workers' compensation program requires an effective claims management program. Since 1990, Citizens Management Incorporated, a wholly owned subsidiary of Citizens Insurance Company of America, has been the TPA providing the claims, loss control, and premium audit functions for the MIM Group. CMI thoroughly investigates the circumstances and compensability of all claims. The idea is to pay legitimate claims quickly and to get the worker back on the job as soon as possible. The MIM Group is assigned a dedicated claims team. The workload is limited to a maximum of 135 claims per adjuster, compared to the industry average of over 200. This allows CMI adjusters to spend more time reducing the cost of claims. These savings result in surplus money for the fund members. When a claim is made, our commitment is to contact the client, the claimant, and the medical provider within a 24-hour period. The claim is dealt with immediately. Thus, the claim's overall costs become substantially less. CMI sets reasonable reserves, which are reviewed annually by an independent auditor through the use of established guidelines. This minimizes unexpected changes in the amount of the reserves. The MIM Fund members enjoy the benefits of lower premiums as a result of experience modifications that are not artificially inflated by inaccurate reserves. These commitments are assured by a comprehensive claim quality program directly tied to the staff's performance evaluations. We are also focused on medical cost containment. In 1998, CMI received nearly $1,139,000 in medical bills on behalf of the MIM Fund. However, through the Michigan fee schedule, medical bill audits, and arrangement, the MIM Fund has been able to reduce these bills by close to $480,000. That's a 43% reduction. These savings were shared by all members of the MIM Fund. Another important part of the MIM Fund is proactive and participatory loss control service. The MIM Fund and CMI work together as a team to identify loss trends and review previous loss experience to determine your specific loss control needs. Our team of specialists has customized a loss prevention program for the metalworking industry, which has directly contributed to the reduction of losses for MIM Fund members. How do we achieve loss reduction? Through education. Employee training education can be efficiently and effectively provided to all MIM Fund members to help minimize or prevent employee injuries. Specific employee training and education includes back injury prevention, accident investigation, office industrial ergonomics, right to know or hazard communication, lockout tagout, which controls hazardous energy sources, MIOSHA compliance surveys, supervisors safety training, personal protection equipment, and hazard assessment evaluations. Workers can learn to prevent injuries through safe work practices. Many operations within a metalworking company involve some form of manual material handling. Loading parts into a crate, for instance, is a common routine, but it's not without hazards. It requires significant bending and twisting, which can subject an employee to injuries. To properly load a pallet, the employee should use human or mechanical assistance whenever possible, such as a forklift, overhead hoist, or a two-person lift. The employee should always follow safe lifting techniques. Make sure the load is within your capabilities. If it's too large, get help. Ensure your path of travel is free of obstructions. Bend your knees. Lift with your leg muscles. Keep your back straight. And keep the load close to your body with your arms bent. And don't twist at the waist while loading and unloading materials. Safe lifting techniques should be used for all loads and manual material handling tasks, regardless of their size, shape, or weight. And as a general rule, all material handling should occur within the safe lifting zone between the shoulders and knees. Many needless injuries can be prevented by following proper lifting techniques. Common sense and good judgment should always be used. These are just a few of the ways you can help prevent injuries and costly workers' compensation claims. Running a successful self-insured group is not an easy task. To do it well takes determination. And the fact that we've continued our history of success shows our commitment. Remember, MIM is a non-profit organization, so all the savings go directly back to the members. If your company is already in the MIM Workers' Compensation Fund, then you can focus on obtaining similar savings in other areas of your business and leave your workers' compensation concerns to us. If your company is not currently a member, you could be spending too much for workers' compensation. Each day you wait to join, your business is missing the opportunity to save. Let's review membership benefits. Historically, over 40% of premiums have been returned. Savings are achieved through upfront competitive premiums, reduction of experience modification from reduced medical payments, accurate reserving, proactive claims handling, and an aggressive loss control program to prevent an injury from occurring. For more information, please contact the MIM Workers' Compensation Fund toll-free at 1-877-MIM-FUND.